Welcome to Pop Culture Update, Campus Edition. I'm your main anchor, running on Duncan and Denial.
And I'm your other anchor, running on iced lattes and bad decisions. Let's dive into the music and movies that keep students from doing actual schoolwork.
Spotify just dropped the most streamed song for the class of 2025. Let me tell you, the results are depressing. Freshman year, it was Industry Baby. Stay, Need to Know, songs you bless when you're making out with someone you just met at a frat party.
Senior year, Billie Eilish's Birds of a Feather, because nothing says, I peaked at 19, like crying into a turkey sub from Publix. It's like we started college partying and ended it auditioning for a Zoloft commercial.
Tate McRae's new album, So Close to What, has been a campus favorite. Perfect for those nights you stare at your Canvas to-do list and think, so close to failing. I call it the soundtrack for Googling whether anxiety counts as a minor.
You know, the kind of music you play while staring at your Canvas page, realizing you missed 6 quizzes, a midterm, and your professor just emailed, see me after class. It's not music, it's an emotional support blanket with a bass drop.
Meanwhile, Sabrina Carpenter owns the pop girl throne right now with Espresso and Manchild. And honestly, calling a song Manchild is genius. Doubles as a diss track and a dating profile description for 90% of guys at this school.
Bad Bunny has become so popular, he's officially the most streamed artist on the planet. Which makes sense, half the time I hear his music blasting out of a frat house, and I'm like, cool, none of you speak Spanish, but sure, vibe.
That's the power of Bad Bunny. He literally could release an album of him reading IKEA instructions, and it would still hit #1. Honestly, maybe that's what it is already.
And let's talk about movies for a second. The Minecraft movie destroyed the box office, which is not surprising. It's literally the only movie where the villain is a spider, the hero is a cube, and the climax is basically building IKEA furniture without swearing.
Critics said it was messy and childish, and yeah, but so is college. And we're still paying 60 grand a year for that experience.
Meanwhile, Materialist is being called the rom-com of the year. It's about a modern-day matchmaker navigating love triangles. So basically, Tinder, but everyone has better lighting, and no one's holding a fish in their profile picture.
Watching Materialists is exactly like scrolling Hinge. Everyone's hot, confused, and lying about their job. Like, oh, you're an entrepreneur? No, Chad, you sell pre-rolls out of your car.
Horror fans got Final Destination Bloodlines because nothing says college night out like watching characters dodge death, only to still get wrecked by a ceiling fan.
Have you noticed every film major on campus is obsessed with A24 movies? It's like their personality trait. They'll say, oh, you haven't seen Hereditary? You just don't get cinema. No, Kyle, I just don't want to watch a movie where a little girl gets decapitated by a telephone pole while I'm eating. They act like A24 is high art, but half of them are just horror movies where everyone whispers and there's a naked old person at the end.
The fall movie lineup is stacked. Wicked for Good, Zootopia 2, The Conjuring Last Rites, so musicals, talking animals, and demons. Basically the same vibe as a frat party.
And don't forget about the graduation playlists. Seniors are getting emotional with Coldplay, Lorde, Mac Miller, and One Direction. Because nothing says I'm ready for adulthood like ugly crying to a story of my life while applying for an unpaid internship that requires a master's degree and 3 years of experience.
Coldplay is trending hard again too, which makes sense. Chris Martin is the only man alive who can make singing about clocks feel like therapy. Meanwhile, my alarm clock just makes me want to drop out.
Here's the thing. Music and movies in college aren't just entertainment. They're survival tools. When you can't afford therapy, you scream sing Olivia Rodrigo at 2 a.m. Or you watch Zootopia stoned and suddenly realize, wait, am I the fox or am I the bunny? The answer is, you're the hungover kid in the group project.
And honestly, pop culture is preparing us for adulthood. Rom-coms teach heartbreak, horror movies teach regret, and Marvel movies teach us sequels will never end, kind of like student debt.
At this point, adulthood just feels like Final Destination, student loans. You can dodge, delay, refinance, or consolidate, but Sally Mae is still coming for you, and that, my friend, is the real horror franchise.
Now it's time to recap all of our news from this morning.
Songs for finals week, Billie Eilish, If You Want to Cry, SZA, If You Want to Rage Cry, and Sabrina Carpenter, If You Want to Passively Aggressively Subtweet Your Ex.
Best group movie night pick, Minecraft movie, because it's cheaper than therapy and reminds you that at least you didn't major in architecture.
Most relatable movie characters for students, the guy Materialist who says, I just don't know what I want right now. Buddy, that's all of us.
That's it for Pop Culture Campus Edition.
Good luck with midterms. Don't forget your Spotify playlists are basically free therapy. And hey, if you're failing calculus, just remember, so is everyone else.
We'll return after these messages.